A hiker snapped this picture on his phone while camping with a friend. They had lit a small bonfire, just enjoying the night. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But later, they realized they had captured something terrifying. A figure, almost human-like, appeared to be leaning out from behind him. What creeped them out the most? They were completely alone. Some say the area is ancient tribal ground, though no one knows for sure. Still, there was no one else anywhere near them. They meant no harm, just having fun, but now they can't shake the feeling. Did they disturb something they shouldn't have? One day, while out in the forest behind their house in Bradford, PA, near Louis Run, Reddit user Key Knox and her husband had a strange experience. Suddenly, in the distance, they noticed this.
Whoa, that was weird.
A misty figure gliding past. There was no sign of anyone or anything around. It left them wondering if they had just caught a ghost in the woods. While hiking, a man suddenly felt uneasy, sensing something was off. He took out his phone to record his surroundings. That's when he spotted this. A round-shaped figure crouched among the trees. It wasn't moving much, but seemed to be watching him. Unsure of what he was witnessing, he quickly left after capturing the footage. When he shared the video online, some commenters speculated it could be a cryptid, while others argued it was just a strangely shaped object blending into the surroundings, or maybe even someone playing a prank on him. But once again, no one could say for sure. While exploring the infamous suicide bridge near Gettysburg, this person captured something deeply unsettling. In the background, one of them stands alone, but eerily, a dark figure seems to materialize right in front of him. Some dismissed it as a person draped in a black blanket or costume, but those who were there insisted no one else was near him at that moment. Now they believe what the camera caught that night wasn't human at all. Could this be evidence of a shadow person? An elderly woman was resting on her porch, enjoying the sunlight, completely unaware of what was creeping up behind her. A bear had wandered in, curious, sniffing around. It wasn't until the bear was practically breathing down her neck that she finally noticed. Thankfully, both the woman and the bear remained unharmed during the incident. While hiking near a lake in his hometown, this man noticed something unusual while snapping photos of the surroundings. Through his camera lens, a figure appeared, slightly moving, but when he lowered the camera, it vanished. The figure stood near an abandoned building with no roads leading to it, right next to an old graveyard. The town, Sandy Lake in Saskatchewan, Canada, has a long history of strange, unexplained events. He described the figure as resembling a man in suspenders and a white shirt, typical attire from the old days in that area. On June 16, 2023, Indian YouTuber The Experiment TV, known for pulling off wild science experiments, planned something seriously risky. He set out to camp in the middle of a dangerous cyclone, dragging a few friends along for the ride. As soon as they reached the campsite, things got real.
गाइस हम पानी को जो भूल चुके थे वो 2 बंदे पानी लेने गए हैं बाहर का मैं आपको माहौल दिखाऊं तगड़ी वाली बारिश हो रही है गाइस हालात बद से बदतर हो रहे हैं लगता है हम लोग उड़ जाएंगे पता नहीं बच पाएंगे या फिर नहीं इस माहौल में हैं उड़ जाएगा गाइस सीरियसली अभी हमारे पास अपनी गाड़ी भी नहीं है और यहां से अगर निकले तो भाई साहब और इसमें सर्वाइव कर पाना बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल है। गाइस बहुत जल्द उड़ जाएंगे, लगता तो ऐसा ही है। ओ भाई हमें उड़ रही है सबकी। अब ठीक है, नाश्ता करें।
They tried to tough it out, thinking they could wait it out, but the storm kept growing fiercer, and it quickly became clear just how dangerous it was. Realizing they were in way over their heads, they packed up and left before things took an even worse turn. Last month, Natasha Rummelhoff was snapping photos of her husband Devin and their 5-year-old son Riker as they camped in their backyard and built a campfire. Later, as she scrolled through the pictures, something strange caught her eye. A grey, winged figure hovered just a few feet from Riker. This wasn't the first unusual event tied to her son. When Riker was 3, he refused to sleep in his room, claiming something he called the Black lurked there. Now, looking at the photo, Natasha wondered if the figure might be the spirit of her late father Mike, who passed away in 2013. Though she isn't religious and doesn't fully believe in angels, some of her friends and even her mom think otherwise. Turkish couple Deha and Dilara, creators of the channel 365 Days in Nature, share peaceful camping adventures as they travel across Turkey and beyond. One evening, while driving through a village, they got caught in a thick fog and decided to set up camp on a grassy plain. Then Dilara noticed a bear scat nearby. They brushed it off and spent the evening grilling meat and relaxing with their dogs. But later that night, something stirred in the fog.
Aşkım. Aşkım çabuk karavana gir. Aşkım çabuk karavana gir. Aşkım bir şey gördüler.
The dogs grew restless, barking and chasing after something unseen. Suspecting a bear, the couple quickly took shelter inside. Luckily, their dogs kept them safe, and the night passed without harm. But what did they really see? A bear? Or something else? Two friends were wandering through a swampy, forested area when one of them decided to film the surroundings and his friend. Everything felt peaceful until it wasn't. Out of nowhere, something eerie slips into view. Behind a rock, a strange see-through figure materializes. Both the man and the filmer spot it and panic, taking off without a second thought. Who or what could they have seen? Man Dog Wild is a YouTuber famous for survival camping videos. In an upload from November 2024, the host embarks on a solo trip with his dog, Yeti. He treks through rugged, thorny terrain to explore some caves he had spotted earlier.
It's a lizard. Yeah. Okay. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it at all.
While the caves end up being a letdown, the real unease begins back at camp. As night falls, he suddenly hears this.
Daddy. Let's go. Go. Come on. Good girl, Ed. Good girl. I heard footsteps.
Distinct human-like footsteps approach the tent, but then stop abruptly. By morning, everything seems normal.
Came out here this morning. Seeing if there's any tracks. No tracks. You're not really, it's not the type of ground to leave tracks. But yeah, I don't even know if it was, maybe I was overthinking it. Maybe it was just an animal, huh?
But the host can't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Fortunately, nothing bad happened to them on that trip. Last summer, this man moved into an old house deep in the Swedish forest, a place that once served as a train station long ago. Since he kept dogs, chickens, and turkeys outside, he'd installed surveillance cameras around the property. One night, he received a motion alert on his phone. Curious, he checked the live feed. That's when he saw it. Something, or someone, was on the swings. He rushed to the window to check in person, but outside, there was nothing. Strangely, the figure remained visible on his phone's camera feed. He'd only been living there for 2 weeks when this happened. On July 5th, 2024, this YouTube channel posted a video following Saray and her team as they explored an abandoned, overgrown location rumored to be haunted by a child spirit. Right from the start, the place felt off, so Saray called out to the spirit, hoping for a response. Soon after, strange whispers, rustling sounds, and faint footsteps began echoing around them. And then something happened that made everyone freeze.
¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Pequeño! ¡Pequeño! ¡Ay, caray, caray! ¡Está bien pequeño! ¡Está... ¡Saray! ¡Saray! ¡Ay, qué fue! ¡Ay, qué fue! ¡Qué fue! ¿Qué fue? ¡Pequeño! ¡Pequeño! ¡Saray! ¡Ay, amigo, la Saray! ¡Uy, uy, uy, uy! ¡Habló! Habló. No manches. Saray, volví a mirar al pequeño, no lo miro. Uy. Saray, grabé el niño. Oye, escucha.
Pero allá también estaba, José. Casi lo agarro, José.
En serio. Yo lo grabé aquí. Aquí lo grabé yo, amiga. Ay, no, Dios mío, amiga. Amiga, y no traes ni alcohol, nada, ¿verdad? Amiga, ocupas traer alcohol para las ocasiones ya, amiga.
Estaba buscándolo, casi, te lo juro que casi lo agarro. No sé si a lo que corrió dejó un zapato, allá hay un zapato tirado, José.
¿Dónde?
Allá.
¿Dónde?
A team member spotted a small figure darting behind a crumbling wall. But when they checked, nothing was there. Deeper in, they found this.
Hay que jugar, vamos a jugar, ven. Sí, aquí está, pero no lo
A lo
veo.
mejor por aquí se metió.
Aquí está. ¿Te saliste por acá? Travieso, ven.
Uy. Acá. Fue aquí.
Mano, mi amor, hay que jugar, vente.
Pequeño, ven.
Vente, mi amor. Mira, y si hay un pequeño, porque mira. Bien. Vente, corazón, vente. Te vamos a llevar a un lugar bonito. ¿Quieres ir?
A lone, worn-out child's shoe. Moments later, a soft giggle pierced the silence.
Ahí está.
Vente, mi amor, vente. ¿Estás aquí
Oye,
solito?
oye, está hablando.
Aquí estoy, mi amor, ven.
¿Me escucha?
Aquí está, vete.
Aquí no hay nada.
Pues aquí lo vimos.
A ver, atrás del muro. No, acá no hay nada.
Tampoco.
Oye,
Tito, ven.
oye, ¿escuchas?
Pequeño.
Aquí fue. Oh. ¿Me escuchaste?
Ven, aquí estamos. ¿Estás aquí? ¿Quién te dejó aquí solito? ¿Dónde estás?
Before leaving, they tried to make contact one last time, but got no response. Still, they were already convinced something truly unsettling lurked in the dark. A hiker visited Ringwood Manor in New Jersey, a historic estate famous for its rich past. While wandering through the wooded grounds, they snapped several live images, capturing the estate's quiet beauty. But later, while reviewing one live shot, they noticed something odd. A translucent figure of a man appeared. It seemed to be dressed in Gilded Age attire. The figure's upper body was visible, his hand placed across his chest before dropping again, but oddly, his legs weren't there at all. They uploaded the footage online, hoping for answers. Many believed it might be the ghost of Abraham Hewitt, the manor's former owner. That would make sense, right? On June 4th, 2024, Noah set out for a solo camping trip deep in a remote forest, accompanied only by his loyal dog. The day was peaceful, but as the sun set, everything changed. Strange growls and noises echoed through the trees, growing louder.
Creepy outdoors here. By myself camping, as usual. And I'm a little shook up right now because I heard some strange sounds. Stay here, Mika. Stay here. It sounded like some sort of growling. I'm not sure. I wasn't recording. I was just enjoying my night and. Hello? Shh. It's okay. I'm just talking to my dog right now. What the? Mika, stay here.
His dog, usually calm, began pacing, whining, and staring into the woods, as if sensing something unseen. Despite his experience, Noah couldn't shake the feeling that something was out there. The tension peaked when sudden loud bangs shattered the silence.
I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm hoping it's like a bear or something just walking by, but there's these banging sounds on both ends. I'm not. Stay. Sound came from here. That's just a lake. need to calm down. I need to calm down. For now. Hello? Is anybody out there?
Though he made it through the night, he never quite felt safe. And to this day, he still wonders what was lurking in the dark. In 2013, a family snapped what seemed like an ordinary photo while enjoying some time outside. The daughter bounced on the trampoline. Their son ran nearby. Nothing seemed out of place. But later, when they looked more closely, something strange caught their eye. Right next to the dog cage, an eerie figure appeared in the photo. It wasn't anyone they recognized. No one had noticed anything unusual at the time, but the shadowy shape startled them. They couldn't tell if it was just a trick of the light or something else. Whatever it was, it left them deeply unsettled. During Memorial Day weekend at Blacksmith Fork Canyon, Wyatt Pack clashed with the Calabero family after the truck broke down, blocking access to a spot. Tensions escalated quickly.
It's in my fucking way!
What do you want me to do?
Fucking move it!
Camila, hey, nice.
Are you fucking deaf? Did these work? Move it!
But how?
We need service in
Move
the phone.
it!
Yeah, we need
We're gonna go get it right now. 20 minutes, we're gonna...
So you want me to leave my fucking trailer right here in the road?
No, we're...
Okay, then move it!
Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
go
we
get it
need
right
my
now.
friends
Get a
for
service,
move.
get a tow
Does
truck.
that thing start and drive?
No.
Only dry.
How does it not turn?
The power steering.
It's broke.
Wyatt allegedly grabbed one camper by the ear, accusing him of faking being deaf. A 3-hour shouting match was caught on video, later condensed into 12 intense minutes online.
How you want? We'll get that trailer out of the way if you're gonna move the truck.
Si la podemos mover. We can do that.
But you're gonna pay us.
I don't have money.
How much money do you got?
Now, Wyatt's on paid leave while the sheriff office investigates, but Wyatt insists the whole situation was blown out of proportion. Only time will tell how this plays out. The men from the YouTube channel Amazing PA set out to find the bottom of a deep earth staircase. As they explored a tunnel, the camera suddenly started glitching.
Now I know why they explored this one for years.
Huh, can't focus.
Look at this.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
At that exact moment where my camera started going out of focus, Tommy's phone completely locked up on him. He said, "Look at this," and I said, "How does that happen?" And I remember looking at his screen for just a moment, and it was this weird mashup of apps and a frozen camera, a real jumbled mess on his screen.
Phone's kind of glitching a little.
Glitching?
Yeah, my phone's like locked up.
Locked up?
Yeah,
What you mean?
like it won't do anything.
Do you exit out of everything?
Nothing. It's like,
That's odd.
that's the mind.
Dude, I've heard stories of people losing all power to their electronics down here and being in the dark.
Footage went missing, the focus drifted, and Tommy's phone froze completely, forcing a reset. There was no clear reason, but the deeper they went, the more unstable their gear became. Some blamed bad air or magnetic fields, while others whispered about ghost stories tied to the mine. Something a friend of theirs had experienced at the same spot.
Oh. It went below 19 for a second there. There goes his. Yep. So, just because we're okay, you can move 2 feet in one direction and have the air get deadly.
It's probably down low. Yeah, let's keep moving out of here slowly, bro.
That's our clue to play it safe.
At one point, their gas meter started going off, warning of low oxygen. Not wanting to take any chances, they decide to head back to the stairs. After a long climb, they made it out safely, intrigued by the eerie place they had just explored. On January 31st at around 6:30 in the morning, a man captured this image on his trail camera in a well-known park in the UK. But this park isn't just famous for its lush greenery. Locals have long shared eerie encounters, unexplained sightings, and an unsettling presence that seems to linger. Could this just be a man wandering off trail in the dead of night, or is something more mysterious at play? If it was indeed a person, why doesn't he appear to be using a flashlight in the pitch black darkness? The image, coupled with the park's eerie reputation, leaves plenty of room for questions. Avery Jones was staying on an island in Costa Rica when early one morning she decided to walk to the shore.
What the fuck is this noise? Listen. That is not an angry dog. What the fuck is that? It's been making that angry noise for an hour now. And it just gets closer and closer.
As she ventured deeper, cries echoed through the trees. Cries that didn't sound human.
It's coming from right over there. That's the way you gotta walk to the beach. And I was gonna take a nice walk over there this morning to the beach. I'm not going over there now. Because what the fuck is that? It's fucking terrifying. Whatever can make that noise can probably rip my fucking face off. But it's been making that noise. Oh my god. What is that?
Overhead, birds stirred nervously, flapping away as if they sensed something she couldn't see yet. Avery paused, heart pounding. It felt like whatever haunted this island was slowly closing in, and she was right at the center of it. How this ended remains unknown, but I'm betting she made it out just fine. Dee and her friends set out for an overnight investigation in Point Pleasant. From the start, unsettling things began happening, and they started hearing strange whistles.
Yeah. Did I just walk you? What was that? I just had a light flash right there in the woods. I caught it on camera. I caught it. I got it. It flashed right up there in the trees.
Then they stumbled upon something odd.
There's clothes back here everywhere, guys. It's so weird. There's clothes everywhere.
As they explored further, they noticed a door to an abandoned structure had mysteriously closed when they were sure it had been opened before. There was definitely something there with them.
I thought it was at one point. This is so cold. Woo! Wait a minute, don't open it. There might be somebody trapped in there, dude. Why was it closed? Hello? You go in first. I don't want to catch a body on my camera. It's so quiet.
They continued exploring for a while before finally heading back to their car, feeling like they had experienced enough for one night. 2 campers were out by a brook deep in the Smoky Mountains. One was cooking at a campsite, while the other wandered over to the water to explore. That's when he saw it. Across the brook, just barely visible through the trees, a black bear. For a tense few seconds, he stood frozen, unsure if he should yell out to warn his friend or quietly get out of there. The video cuts off there, leaving viewers on edge, but since the footage was uploaded, we can assume they made it out safely, this time. A group of adventurers ventured deep into the woods at night. As they moved further in, something strange caught their eye.
Urso! Cara do céu! Credo, Thiago,
Olha que amarrado.
isso? Amor, é urso, velho. Que lugar é esse, Thiago?
It felt out of place, almost like a silent warning. Moments later, they spotted strangers watching them from a distance. Then, without warning, the figures scattered into the trees.
Vamos lá onde você viu aquele vulto lá?
Vamos,
pra gente dar uma
vamos.
olhada?
Ai, meu Deus.
Ei!
Thiago do céu.
Minha lanterna apagou!
Calma, Thiago.
Ei!
Without thinking, the group gave chase, but the strangers had vanished. The rest of the walk back was tense, every step filled with the unsettling feeling that they were still being watched. A Reddit user, Sour Cloudy, recently visited Fort Pulaski, a Confederate-era fort. While going through photos taken inside the fort's bunkers, they'd noticed something unusual. An apparition-like figure appearing in one of the shots. They believed the figure resembled someone in uniform, standing silently in the background. What makes it even stranger is that multiple photos were taken at the exact same moment, yet the mysterious figure only appears in one. There was no explanation, no person visibly present when the photos were taken. A group of friends was camping at Mitre Lake when something strange happened after midnight.
My friends and I were camping at Mitre Lake, and a little after midnight, somebody pulled into our campsite. There was about 4 of us camping there, and it was a pretty full campsite. The vehicle pulled right next to me. Then he got out of his rig. I actually opened my window and said hello, and he said hi back. But the thing is that it was just weird. He stayed there for about 10 minutes, and then he moved into the corner where he is now, and he was there. It was just, the whole situation was a bit weird. I didn't understand why someone would pull into a campsite already full with other RVs and not just find a spot. Maybe it was just late, but what do y'all think? Do you find that strange?
It wasn't just that he stopped at their site. It was how he lingered, barely engaging, before quietly moving on. They couldn't shake the uneasy feeling, wondering if others would find it just as strange. And judging by the comments, many do. What do you think? A man was camping deep in the forest when he heard something beneath his bed and felt he wasn't alone. Curious, he decided to check. Turned out, a skunk had snuck into his tent. Not exactly dangerous, but definitely not an ideal camping companion. Imagine spending another night in the middle of nowhere with all your gear reeking because the skunk decided to spray. Hopefully, he managed to get it out without any trouble. A Reddit user, ConnectInflation824, shared an incredible sighting deep in the forest.
Pai!
Vai, filma. Olha lá, gente, ó, tamo aqui, ó. Ela tá enrolada.
Cobra dura.
Olha lá, ela vai embora. Aí, ó. Daí pra mim filmar ela.
Tô filmando bem daqui.
Ela foi embora, vai pegar no rabo dela pra trás.
Meu doido.
Nossa, ela vai embora, largar o rabo ali.
Pai, puta que pariu. Aí ela volta por trás.
Aí, vai lá, vai. Aí. Rapaz, filma aqui, Bárbara.
Tô filmando.
Olha aqui, cara. Vem aqui, Zé.
Olha o tamanho
Vem
dela.
aqui, segura aqui.
Gente!
Aqui, ela não comeu nada, não.
Ah, esse
É uns 5 metros mesmo. Vem, Bárbara. Rapaz.
Olha
Tá
o
filmando?
tamanho.
Vem ali, Bárbara. Filma aqui.
Tô filmando aqui, pai.
Quero ver raspar.
Olha os dois se matando.
Tá filmando aqui, ó?
Tô.
Aí, gente, ó. Dá uma olhadinha aqui no tamanho dessa menina. Olha só, cara, que coisa.
A massive, dark-colored anaconda lying between the bushes. Fortunately, both the men and the anaconda made it out unharmed. However, they had no reason to bother it and should have just left it alone. A group of friends decide to explore a haunted cave rumored to be filled with scattered dolls. As they moved deeper inside, they noticed this.
Some dolls.
Yep. The dolls.
Boy. Smells like beer in here. Yeah, this is pretty fresh.
Further in, they reached a large hollow pit, one tied to disturbing stories of past events.
This is where we normally slide down. That's where we've heard mumbling, like a woman talking. That's what people have reported hearing, like screams.
Curious, they began tossing rocks into the pit, hoping to trigger some eerie reaction.
I'm actually going to throw a rock. I know Michael tried doing that earlier for you. You can, if you're maybe not comfortable with our presence here, but if you want to maybe throw it in the distance, if you're more comfortable with that, so we can hear it still, that would be great. So I'm going to throw a rock. I'm going to throw it. Here we go. In the distance, too much. He's fast.
Continuing their investigation, they attempted to communicate with any lingering spirits, and that's when they heard this.
It's weird because like every time Brittany and I have done this, they like communicating with me. Shh. What the voice?
That was a woman.
Guys, don't talk, don't talk. They like communicating with me. Shh. They like communicating with me. Shh. They like communicating with me. Shh.
As night fell, they finally left the cave, still wondering, was what they experienced real or just their minds playing tricks in the dark? One night, while staying in their home near the woods, it was raining heavily, and this person recorded a short video. Later, upon rewatching it, they noticed something unsettling. The faint outline of a ghostly figure seemed to appear in the footage. Confused and spooked, they turned to others for possible explanations. Some viewers shared their theories, with one person suggesting it looked like a pair of disembodied legs walking, almost like a half ghost. The person admitted feeling genuinely scared and hesitant to step outside at night after witnessing the mysterious figure. A guy from Louisiana was out in a field, casually flying his drone. But when he reviewed the footage, something strange appeared.
He's flown drones for years. He is a professional at what he does. So here's Lane. He's standing in the field. There's his suitcase. And as you can see from the photograph, this is the drone photo, there is nothing around him. There's nothing anywhere around him. It's just a very flat field. This is what the drone took from a photograph. When we render the data, here's the data, and we go into the 3D view. It's a little tricky to see, but Lane is standing out here, and I will turn off the extra scans of over here. Let me turn off, I'll go to the 3D view. Here's the scan I want. So this is the same set of data right here. This is Lane. If you can see, this is the same picture of Lane right there. You see his head. I'll back up a little bit so it's a little easier to see.
Yeah.
There's Lane, but standing 8 feet away from Lane, when you turn it, 8 feet away from him is something 8 feet tall, 4 foot wide. It's colorized with different colors on the side, one color in the middle right there. But again, here's my buddy Lane, and if we go back to the photograph, there he is, open field and case.
Now, where is it in the color?
Louisiana.
No. Where would it be? All right, so show me.
This whole entity right here was not in.
Where is he?
This is Lane right here.
Okay, which way is he facing?
If you see, he is facing straight east.
Straight east. Now show me where that. Show me where that being is when you show me the regular picture.
It's to his left.
It's straight to his left, directly to his left, 8 feet.
Wait, what is it?
Well, that's what he doesn't know.
That's what he doesn't know.
We're wondering if it's an angel because it's an infrared.
There's no tree, there's nothing else, but there it is. It's 4 foot wide and about 8 foot tall, 8 feet away from him. And again, if you go back to the picture, there he is.
Now,
right
where
here.
is the being in that picture? Where would he be standing?
It doesn't exist.
I know, but it would be where?
It would be right here.
Can you go fly?
Some brushed it off as a glitch, while others wondered if it was something beyond explanation. But he's convinced. A drone can't just make that up. Something was out there. But what? During their first RV trip, a strange banging on the window woke this family up. When they looked outside, they saw something unexpected.
I almost feel like the movie The Birds, except it's, oh my god, what the heck?
Yeah, this thing is
There's definitely something off with something wrong. And this is like a continuous pattern. You just keep doing this. Endless RVing versus bird. Now, I'm a huge animal lover, but this bird has just waged war on Nellie.
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps banging into our RV.
A bird repeatedly attacking the glass. The sight was unsettling, but after looking it up, they understood what was happening.
So, I'm looking on Google, and I put, why do birds fly into windows?
Look, it's back. Like he knows.
Why? Well, this is what, yeah, I know, he's like circling us. He's like stalking us. It is common for birds to see their own reflections in your window, and they will attack those reflections thinking they are other birds. 12 tips on how to stop birds from flying into windows. We're going to go.
Carefully, they guided the frantic bird away without harm. Though the experience felt eerie at first, it didn't discourage them. In fact, it only motivated them to take more RV trips. While walking through the forest, this man noticed unusual movement on the ground.
Ready?
Wow. Wait. Do it there.
They move.
So weird.
Isn't it? Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It appeared to be a peculiar plant growing low to the earth. The moment he touched the leaves, they snapped shut instantly. These plants are commonly called touch-me-not plants. Their leaves fold up when touched, a clever defense mechanism to protect themselves from animals or harsh conditions. Have you ever encountered one of these in real life? Now, let's watch this next video.